Jayashree Chakravarty's works trace a curious visual language, one that uses dreamlike imagery and the cartography of rapidly changing cityscapes to make sense of the world we live in, the discomfiting urbanism of our present. Today, we look at two works by the artist in an attempt to learn more about her practice and unpack the immersive quality inherent in her work. Juxtaposing this early painting from Map's collection with personal space, a monumental work created almost 13 years later provides a glimpse into the artist's journey, from her early explorations with oil on canvas to creating a unique world of transparent fluid scrolls. Chakravarty's work speaks to our ever-changing, sometimes fraught relationship with nature.
We at the Asian Art Museum are very excited to present Personal Space by Jayashree Chakravarty in Monumental, the inaugural rotation of Hambrick Contemporary Gallery, a space newly rededicated to the presentation of contemporary art from the museum's collection. As the first museum in North America to acquire Chakravarty's art back in 2010, it's exciting to learn more about Chakravarty's artistic process with our colleague in MAP.
Hovering Angels transports us to a dreamscape as we watch these angels in white and gold drift across the canvas. It was painted by Chakravarty just after she had won the Bharat Bhavan Biennale Award. It reflects not only a turn to figuration, but it was also the first time that she uses these floating figures.
This monumental paper scroll sprawls before our eyes like a curved wall. Densely layering paper, fabric, and paint, Chakravarty adorns the surface with images, patterns, and textures that evoke cartography and natural and urban landscapes. As we navigate the scroll, we find ourselves disoriented from moving along its winding curves or entranced as it encircles our bodies and transports us into a private dimension.
This call to immersion echoes through most of her work. This canvas evokes a dreamlike quality. Dreams allow us to tap into our subconscious and imagine different realities. And for centuries, artists have returned to their dreams, their memories of childhood, and nostalgia as a source of inspiration. If we begin to shift focus to the bottom left of the work, we see a male figure, his gaze averted, his eyes closed, and his fingers curled towards his lips, perhaps deep in thought. In front of him, a female figure looks upwards at the two angels in wonderment. There's a sense of movement that pervades the canvas, perhaps a gust of wind that blows through their dupattas or scarves, and the surface covered with a series of dots and dashes that creates an almost mosaic-like effect. These two figures in the foreground help spatially anchor the painting, creating a distinction between the ground and the sky. The drifting textile that envelops the angels, flowing downwards, is used as a device to unite and connect the figures below and above.
Personal Space also functions as a diary for Chakravarty, accumulating in layers as events unfold and memories arise. These emotionally fraught geographies reflect her idyllic upbringing in the lush countryside outside of the city of Calcutta, as well as her anxiety seeing this natural environment destroyed by the rapid spread of urbanization. When this piece was created, Chakravarty split time between France with her husband and India with her parents. The work stands as the artist's negotiation of distant times and places, a dynamic and evolving experience that many of us share with respect to our own environments.
Similarly, Chakravarty's time in the marshlands of Salt Lake in Calcutta can be traced in Hovering Angels as well. The lake teemed with wildlife, and she seems to have transferred the richness of her surroundings onto this canvas. While the figures dominate, the use of earthy tones and the green foliage, suggestive of a marshland, transport us into the natural landscape. In 1987, 1 year before this work was created, she traveled to Stockholm and other European cities. These encounters opened her eyes to a world that she had not experienced before. Buildings, monuments, the old city, different kinds of food. And these sensory experiences likely impacted the tonality and style of her works that followed.
While personal space and hovering angels were painted at different points in Chakravarty's career and showcase a shift in style and materiality, they nevertheless reflect a continued engagement with space, time, memory, and ecology.